Paris, 1900. A tire factory in Clermont-Ferrand is drowning in unsold inventory. Two brothers, André and Edouard Michelin, stare at warehouses packed with rubber they cannot sell. Cars exist, the automobile revolution is happening, but there's a fatal problem. Nobody drives. France has fewer than 3,000 automobiles in the entire country. Roads are dirt paths designed for horses. Gas stations don't exist. Mechanics are blacksmiths who've never touched an engine. Wealthy families buy cars as expensive curiosities, park them on their estates, and let them gather dust. The cars sit, the tires don't wear out, and the Michelin brothers are going bankrupt. They manufacture excellent tires, premium rubber, superior engineering. The product works beautifully. But if people don't drive, tires don't wear down. If tires don't wear down, nobody buys replacements. The math is brutal. The business is dying. André Michelin walks through Paris, watching the few automobiles that exist crawl at walking speed, never leaving the city limits. He sees the core problem. People don't drive because driving is miserable. Cars break down constantly. Finding fuel is a nightmare. Roads turn to mud when it rains. There are no repair shops outside major cities. Traveling even 50 kilometers feels like a suicide mission. The brothers need to solve an impossible equation. Make people want to drive when everything about driving is terrible. 1900, they print 35,000 copies of a small red book, the Michelin Guide. They give it away for free at car dealerships, repair shops, hotels. Shipping executives call it a marketing gimmick. Competitors laugh. André doesn't care. The guide contains practical information for drivers, lists of mechanics in every town, locations where you can buy fuel, hotels for overnight stays, maps of roads, instructions for changing tires, and one more thing. Restaurants. Small family establishments in remote villages serving authentic regional cuisine. Hidden gems in the countryside that locals have known for generations. Places you can only reach by car. The psychology is brilliant. People won't drive just to drive. The experience is too miserable, but give them a destination worth reaching, something they actually desire, and suddenly all those obstacles transform into an adventure. The broken roads become a journey. The mechanical failures become stories. The discomfort becomes worthwhile.
Drive 3 hours into the countryside. Wear out your tires on terrible roads. Discover the best coq au vin in France. Come back next month for the cassoulet 2 villages over. Keep driving, keep exploring, keep wearing down those tires. 5 years pass. Automobile ownership explodes. By 1905, France has tens of thousands of cars. The government starts paving major routes. Gas stations open in provincial towns. Repair shops spread across the country. Everyone who owns a car carries the little red Michelin Guide. The strategy works beyond expectation. Michelin becomes one of the fastest growing companies in France. Then 1910 arrives. André Michelin visits a tire shop in Lyon. In the corner, he sees something that makes his blood run cold. A mechanic is using a stack of Michelin guides to prop up a workbench. The books are free, so people treat them as worthless. The guide has become so common that it's used as scrap paper, as furniture leveling, as trash. André makes a decision that changes everything. Starting in 1920, the guide will cost money, 7 francs per copy. Drivers protest. The company just killed its most effective marketing tool. Critics call it commercial suicide. André ignores them all. The human mind values what it pays for. Free information is disposable. Information that costs money gets read, gets studied, gets treated with respect. The 1920 paid guide sells out immediately. Demand triples. Drivers who wouldn't glance at the free version now study the paid version like scripture. They plan trips around it. They argue about its recommendations. They trust it because it costs them money. But André sees another problem. The guide lists hundreds of restaurants. Some are excellent, some are mediocre, some are terrible. Drivers waste time and money on bad recommendations. The guide's credibility suffers. André needs a way to separate exceptional restaurants from ordinary ones. A signal, a marker, something instantly recognizable. 1926. The Michelin Guide introduces a revolutionary system: stars. 1 star means one single thing. This restaurant is so exceptional, it's worth wearing out your tires to reach it. The criteria is simple but brutal. Anonymous inspectors visit restaurants unannounced. They eat meals as regular customers, paying their own bills. They judge food quality, ingredient freshness, technical skill, and consistency. Restaurants don't know when inspectors arrive, can't bribe them, can't fake excellence, can't prepare in advance. The star system detonates across France. Chefs who previously cooked in obscurity suddenly find themselves on maps. Restaurants in tiny villages become pilgrimage sites. Wealthy Parisians drive 6 hours through the mountains just to eat at a one-star establishment. Food critics start treating Michelin ratings as objective truth, exactly as the Michelin brothers planned. More driving, more destinations, more tire wear, more revenue. 1931. The guide expands the system. 2 stars means worth a detour. 3 stars means worth a special journey. These aren't just ratings, they're distance metrics. They literally tell drivers how far they should travel, how much they should wear out their tires to reach this experience. A 3-star restaurant means you should plan your entire vacation around it. Drive across the country, book hotels along the route, make it a multi-day journey. All the while, grinding down those Michelin tires on French roads.
The genius is layered. First layer, create demand for driving by offering desirable destinations. Second layer, make the guide valuable by charging money. Third layer, create hierarchy through stars so exceptional destinations justify longer trips. Each innovation compounds. Each layer generates more driving, more tire wear, more revenue. The strategy works beyond anyone's imagination. By 1936, Michelin is one of the largest tire manufacturers in the world. The guide becomes essential reading for anyone who owns a car. But something unexpected happens. The guide develops a life beyond Michelin's control. Earning a Michelin star becomes more prestigious than any culinary degree. Losing a star can bankrupt an establishment overnight. Chefs suffer mental breakdowns over inspections. Bernard Lozois, a 3-star French chef, ends his own life in 2003 after rumors he might lose a star. The rating system that started as a marketing gimmick to sell tires has become the most powerful force in gastronomy. The pressure is inhuman. Michelin inspectors are anonymous. They could be anyone. The couple at table 12, the businessman eating alone, the tourists with cameras. Every meal becomes a potential inspection. Every dish becomes a test. Chefs work 18-hour days maintaining impossible standards. Kitchens become pressure cookers of perfectionism and paranoia. And the inspectors keep coming, silent and invisible, judging everything. The irony deepens. Michelin publishes guides to encourage long drives to remote restaurants, but as the star system gains prestige, starred restaurants start clustering in cities: Paris, Lyon, Tokyo, New York, places where wealthy diners already live. The original purpose, making people drive far distances, gets inverted. Now people chase stars regardless of distance, but the stars themselves concentrate in urban centers. World War II interrupts everything. 1939, Germany invades France. The Michelin Guide stops publication. Tires are rationed. Gasoline disappears. Private driving becomes impossible. The entire system Andre and Edouard built collapses. But the brothers make a crucial decision. They keep printing maps for the Allied forces. Free military editions showing roads, bridges, infrastructure. Michelin's cartography helps liberate France. When the war ends, the company has credibility, goodwill, and infrastructure intact. The guide resumes publication in 1945. The post-war boom transforms everything: economic prosperity, mass automobile ownership, international tourism. The Michelin Guide expands beyond France into Belgium, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Germany. The star system becomes international. Chefs across Europe compete for recognition. The tire company from Clermont-Ferrand becomes the arbiter of European cuisine. Then the system goes global. 2005, Michelin publishes its first New York City guide. American chefs freak out. The most prestigious award in gastronomy is coming to America, and nobody knows the rules. Inspectors are already here, eating anonymously, taking notes. Restaurants panic. Some embrace it, some denounce it as European elitism, but everyone pays attention. Tokyo gets a guide in 2007. Within 2 years, Tokyo has more Michelin stars than any city on Earth. French chefs are outraged. Japanese chefs are vindicated. Critics debate whether Michelin understands Japanese cuisine or whether they're just dazzled by precision and presentation. The arguments never end, but the stars keep coming. Shanghai, Hong Kong, Singapore, Bangkok, Seoul, Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro.
The guide spreads across 3 continents, over 40,000 restaurants evaluated, more than 3,000 starred establishments. The little red book that started as tire company propaganda becomes the global standard for culinary excellence. Today, Michelin is valued at $28 billion. They produce 200 million tires annually, employ 125,000 people in 170 countries. They make tires for cars, trucks, airplanes, bicycles, space shuttles. They're one of the largest rubber manufacturers on Earth. But their restaurant guide remains the crown jewel of their brand identity. Think about the absurdity. The same company making tires for garbage trucks and farm equipment also decides which restaurants in Copenhagen deserve international acclaim. Mechanics who rotate tires and patch flats work for the same corporation that sends undercover food critics to judge molecular gastronomy in Tokyo. Engineers designing radial tire treads share a company logo with inspectors evaluating Michelin-starred kaiseki in Kyoto. The disconnect seems insane until you remember where it started. France, 1900. 2 brothers with warehouses full of tires and a country where nobody drove. They didn't set out to create the world's most prestigious culinary award. They wanted to sell tires. They needed people to drive. Everything else was just the mechanism. The Michelin brothers understood something profound about human behavior. You don't sell products by talking about the products. You don't sell tires by discussing rubber compounds and tread patterns. You sell tires by selling dreams, by creating desire for experiences that require tires, by making the journey itself so appealing that the practical necessity, the tire wear, becomes invisible. Make people want to go somewhere. Make them obsessed with reaching it. Make the destination so desirable they'll drive through rain and mechanical failures and terrible roads just to get there. And they'll never question why a tire company is telling them where to eat. They'll just keep driving, keep wearing down their tires, keep coming back for replacements. The brilliance is invisible. Michelin didn't advertise tires in their guide. They barely mentioned their product. The guide was pure value, pure service, practical information drivers actually needed. And buried in that service, hidden inside the restaurant recommendations and the star system and the maps, was the real product: distance. The guide manufactured desire for distance, and distance requires tires. Modern marketing calls this content marketing or native advertising. Michelin invented it in 1900. They created media so valuable that people paid money for it, never realizing the entire publication existed to make them consume more of the product the company actually sold. It's one of the most successful marketing strategies in business history, and it happened by accident. Andre Michelin didn't hire consultants or run focus groups. He saw a problem: inventory rotting in warehouses, and worked backward to find a solution. The solution created unintended consequences. The restaurant guide became more famous than the tires. The star system became more influential than the company. The marketing campaign became the product.
Today, chefs don't chase Michelin stars to help a tire company sell rubber. They chase stars because the stars mean something, because generations of diners have trusted those ratings, because the system has credibility earned over 120 years. The original purpose is dead. Nobody drives to remote restaurants anymore to wear out their tires. People fly, they take trains, they use GPS and apps and delivery services. But the stars remain. The guide survives because it transcended its origin. It became real. The tire company that tricked the world into fine dining accidentally created something genuine, a standard, a benchmark, a shared language for culinary excellence that exists independent of tires, of driving, of the original commercial purpose. And somewhere, in boardrooms in Clermont-Ferrand, executives still grapple with the weird reality. Their company makes rubber, but their brand is built on food. Their reputation depends on anonymous inspectors eating in restaurants they'll never own. Their marketing budget includes paying critics to judge cuisine in countries where Michelin doesn't even sell tires. The tail wags the dog. The marketing campaign became bigger than the company, and they can't kill it. The Michelin Guide loses money most years. The tire division subsidizes the restaurant ratings. But if they shut it down, they lose the brand identity that makes Michelin special. They're trapped by their own success, forever yoked to a system they created to solve a problem that no longer exists. France, 1900. 2 brothers trying not to go bankrupt. They printed a book to make people drive. They created stars to make people drive farther. They built a system to sell rubber. And accidentally, unintentionally, they became the most powerful voice in gastronomy, the arbiters of taste, the kingmakers of cuisine, the tire company that conquered fine dining. Right now, somewhere in the world, a chef is plating a dish with trembling hands. An inspector might be watching. The star might be at stake. The restaurant's future depends on this moment. And the chef has no idea that this entire system, this global apparatus of culinary judgment, started because two French brothers had too many tires and not enough customers. The greatest trick in business history: sell the journey. Let them forget the tires. Make them chase the destination. And they'll wear out the product without ever noticing. Michelin solved the impossible problem. They made people love the thing that destroyed their product. Every kilometer driven is a kilometer closer to needing new tires. Every restaurant visited is another sale they'll never have to pitch. The guide is permanent demand generation, self-replicating desire. A machine that runs forever, selling tires by never mentioning tires. Give people something they actually want. Make it valuable, make it trustworthy, make it indispensable, and hide your product inside the thing they love. They'll buy it forever. They'll never question why. And 100 years later, they'll still be chasing stars invented by a tire company that just wanted them to drive a little farther.